Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I have 5 confessions from a 600-pound squatter. That's me. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. All right, so those of you guys that know me know that I got into lifting a long time ago. I'm 51 years old. I really started lifting consistently in 1986. I went off to college. They had a great gym. I made a lot of progress my first 2 to 3 years, built a lot of muscle, built a lot of strength, but it wasn't until 2007 that I really took up a passion for powerlifting. Before then, I was more of a power builder. I wanted as much muscle as possible, as much strength as possible, and I was pretty satisfied with having a squat that was about 365 by 5. Mentally, that was pretty challenging. Mentally, that was about as far as I was willing to go until 2007, when I was introduced to the sport of powerlifting. Now, between 2007 and maybe 2008, I got my squat up to 500 pounds, and I remember reaching the 500-pound squat, and that felt really awesome. That felt like something I thought I would never achieve. And eventually, in competition, I got my squat up to 602.5 at, I don't know, a body weight of 308. I really can't remember. And then at a body weight of 346, and my videos are on this channel, I was doing chain squats with like 630, 640 for multiple reps. And it was my goal to squat 700. I came down with really bad type 2 diabetes and never hit that squat in competition. In fact, I missed my opener of 600 because my health was so bad I couldn't even unrack a barbell. But in any case, I hit 602.5 in a competition. I'm not the world's greatest power lifter, but that was a pretty big accomplishment for me. And I want to share with you guys some things I learned, some confessions along the way. I got 5 of them here in this video, so let me stop blabbering and get on to them. Number 1, consistent heavy squats were the most mentally challenging thing I've ever done in the gym. When I was packing on pounds on my squat, moving from 500 to 600, and eventually from 600, closing in on 700, I was squatting probably 1.5 to 2.5 times a week. Consistent heavy squatting was just mentally challenging. It was mentally draining. The physical aspect of it wasn't so bad, but having to go into the gym frequently and invest 45 minutes in the warm-up sets and the wrapping, and knowing that I had to be in my gym, my basement gym, and do this thing, do this heavy squat, that's a lot of weight, no matter how you slice it, no matter, regardless of the fact that I wasn't even close to the strongest squatters in the world, putting that weight on your back is still pretty intimidating. So for me, this was the most mentally challenging thing I've ever done in the gym. It far surpasses the mental challenge of deadlifts for me. The second confession: to get better, I had to get uncomfortable. I had to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The biggest challenge to improve my squat wasn't just the programming. And as I talked about in the first point, it's a very uncomfortable thing to do. But I had to get in a routine, get in a rhythm, get comfortable with being in a constant state of uncomfortable, if that makes sense. I had to do it over and over again. I had to do something so difficult and so challenging that it became second nature, that I became comfortable with being in an uncomfortable state. Now, the third confession: the more I ate, the faster my squat went up. I moved my squat from 500 to 600 at about the same body weight. But at that time, I started to gain more and more weight. And I noticed as my weight went from 308 to 318 to 346, my squat rocketed up. My squat went up quite a bit. This is just for me personally. This is just my personal experience. But I found that food was just an incredible anabolic when it came to not just squats, but bench and deadlift as well. It also made me incredibly unhealthy. But the more I ate, the faster my lifts responded, the faster my recovery responded. All right, the fifth confession: 600 pounds was nice, but I would rather have had 405 by 20. 602.5 felt like a huge accomplishment. And then sitting in my gym doing well over 600 pounds for multiple reps, I was pretty proud of that. But at the end of the day, the biggest squatting goal I had was to hit 405 by 20. I would rather have hit that than have hit a 600-pound squat. It was just something that I wanted to achieve. Now, I got pretty close to it. 3 years back, I hit 365 by 20. I still remember that set. I was pretty proud of that set. And of all the things I've ever done in the gym, that's probably in my top 5. The last confession I have, and this might trigger some of you, but you don't need a belt to squat 600 pounds. Doesn't mean a belt won't help. And I'm not saying a belt won't help, so don't take my words out of context. I'm not saying a belt won't help. I'm saying I didn't need a belt to get to that level. When I was competing, I would show up and people would be, a lot of people would be surprised that I didn't have a belt on to pull my heavy deadlifts. I didn't have a belt on to pull squats. I just never trained with a belt. I did briefly for about 4 months, but I just didn't find a lot of value in it. I preferred training without a belt. Again, that doesn't mean a belt won't help you. That doesn't mean a belt won't help tightness. It just means that you can do some pretty amazing things without needing a belt. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.